Content of this meeting has been sent to a third party.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning to you.
Man, can you believe that Christmas Day is 1 week from today?
That's pretty scary.
It is
1 week.
scary. I hope everybody got their favorite photographer something for Christmas to stuff in the stocking. We made that video last
And I
week.
hope I'm your everybody's favorite
Oh,
photographer.
exactly. I was going to say the same thing. We made that video last week. The stocking stuffers every photographer should have in their stocking. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch that. But those are always fun to me because you and I come with two different like stocking stuffer ideas or a group of stocking stuffer ideas, and we're showing each other what we picked that time. And there was some good stuff this year. So
Yeah,
check
definitely.
out that video on the YouTube, and we can you can pick out your stocking stuffer if you don't have it already. So Instagram ruined us this week.
Or
Oh
it
my
almost
goodness.
ruined
Well,
but it
yeah,
did. It was a gut punch this
it
week.
was a gut punch, and I don't I let's like I'm kind of gonna go through what happened. If I'd love to see if you guys ever had this happen, but today Instagram is super important. If you're a photographer, if you're a creative, like Instagram is the place to be, right? I mean, you've got to have your workout on
Oh,
Instagram.
totally. Yeah.
You got to do reels, you got to do stories, all that kind of stuff that maybe we hate to do in reality, but it's a necessity.
Yeah.
So, we've worked hard to build up our Instagram community over the 7 years that we've been, the chopstick guys, really, really working on that. And so I was on that was Friday, right? Friday.
It was Friday. Yeah. Because that's
Right.
when you
Right.
texted me
Yeah.
was,
So Friday I had a reel all made, ready to post it. I was just about to hit the, go live button,
yep.
and bam, Instagram goes account suspended. At first, I thought it was maybe some kind of phishing thing, right? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't real. Account suspended due to,
Violation of community
violation of
standards.
terms
Yeah.
for, suspicious behavior that you've been doing over a period of time. Like, what are they talking about? And guess what? It wasn't just suspended, the account was deleted. Like,
It was just
bam,
gone. Yeah. You
gone.
couldn't find it.
You couldn't find it. And then another pop up says, your account has been deleted, right? If you want to, uh, basically appeal this, hit the button. Well, you hit the button and it says, okay, it's been appealed. It may take 30 days. You can't use and nobody could find you. Like, oh my goodness, what do we do? So I like tried searching. And when you hit the appeal button, that's all it does. It doesn't allow you to type anything in. There's no explanation of what happened. It just disappeared. I tried searching us, gone. Everything gone. Talk about mass panic. Like 7 years worth of work. I came out of my office here and told my wife, she goes like, what's wrong? I'm like, it's all gone. All of our Instagram stuff is gone. Like, and we do some, messaging through Instagram and that kind of thing just because
Yeah.
for our
So we
models.
message a lot of our models, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
where we're communicating with our models. It's when we get brides, that's where we're communicating with our brides for shooting
Yep.
weddings. So
So I
definitely.
went on and tried to start another Instagram, right? Just to see if I can do that. Blocked. IP was blocked. They would not allow us to start anything. So like major violation. So I jump online. I'm trying to figure out, anybody else have this problem. And apparently there's been a lot of people that have had this issue. I would love to know if you're watching this, if you've ever had this issue before and what did you do about it? In like
So
in
same company. My story is when did this happen? If you can remember, you can help
three
me.
years ago.
What's that?
3 years ago.
3 years ago was my Facebook.
Yep.
Like all of a sudden, one day, I woke up early in the morning. I go to get on Facebook, and it's like your account is deleted. If you think that's violate our standards, if you think, click here. And I clicked, and it said, "Thank you. We'll take a look at it." Like, okay. I
Nobody
started
found you.
searching, finding out that there's no phone number for Facebook, which is the same company as Instagram. There's no live person to talk to.
Yep.
There's no department that handles it. A computer handles it. And it just kept saying, and then I asked it on another platform, and a friend of ours, Richard, said, "Well, I know why, because you had all this, somebody took your account over and it started posting stuff from the Middle East,
Yes.
right?"
Terrorism stuff.
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden it looked like I was an Al Qaeda member or something. And he was like, "Yeah," it showed that somebody had tried to get a hold of my email, and so somehow they got a hold of it, threw up a Al Qaeda flag. They, I had, at that point, 6, 7,000 followers on Facebook, and kind of built that up, and it was a good way to get information out, and it
Hmm.
got taken away,
Oh man,
and
it was
no recourse. I had to wait 2 weeks before I could start a new account with a different phone number, new everything.
yeah. So it's really scary when that happens.
Yeah.
Like you feel like your rug has been pulled out. I was telling you that when this happened, I actually kind of went into a depressed state, right? Like because man, now what do we do? How do we? And there was people that I had active messages with that we were trying to contact and had conversations going back and forth. Those were gone.
Yeah.
It was terrible, Eric, absolutely terrible.
And if you've
But
ever
here,
had to talk somebody on YouTube or sorry, Instagram, a lot of times their names don't match their
yes, true.
and so it's not like you can just go re-find them. You're like, okay, who was that model that was talking to us about this workshop? Like,
Uh-huh.
and we're
And
both
try
going,
to remember, 10,000 names of accounts that you've been, working with. Like
uh-huh. And it
it was,
was like something Fisher girl, something, we're like, I don't know, it was a number.
yep. So yeah, I think, man, that was a huge, huge issue. So I'm going through, I have a friend that's a computer programmer, one of the smartest guys I know. He's done some incredible things on the internet, working extensively with AI stuff right now. I went over to his house and said, "Hey, can you help me figure this out?" So he digs into it and he's like, "You know what? There is nobody you can contact. There's nothing you can do." He was telling me about a story with a credit card he actually had where he had to talk to this chat bot and he says, "There's nothing you can do."
No, nothing.
So that made me even more kind of frustrated and worried. Well, then Sunday after or Monday, yeah, Monday, I'm online and I'm going through here's one positive thing I can say. We found out that we can download all of the data that you have in Instagram, right? They'll send you up in a zip file as, 4 GB worth of
Yep.
stuff. So it's
Every comment, every
every comment,
post,
every
every
post, every
reel.
like, every video, everything that you've ever done on Instagram can be downloaded. So that made me feel better once we got access to that data, right? So it's like, okay, I can at least know what I posted, at least know who I contacted. Now it was not in an easy to search form, the package that they gave you, but I did have that data, which made me feel better. But then, so I'm actually going back to the email on Monday that they sent us with this data just to so I just wanted to open up the email again to see if it would change something. And I clicked on the link to download the data again, and my Instagram popped up, or our Instagram popped up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this must just be a snapshot of. And I start like clicking around on it. It was live. It was
Yeah, you texted me earlier, you're like, Instagram's back. And I brought it up and it's like, yep, our site is back.
everything was back. Everything was recovered. And so then I went back to the email. I just got a new email. So it happened to be that instant that I checked that,
Yep.
everything came live. And they sent out an email. And here's the props to Instagram, I gotta say. It says, "You're back" was the title of the email. "Your Instagram is live again." And it said, "We checked into your account. We made a mistake. We're very, very sorry about any problems this caused you." Like it was a very apologetic email, which
Yeah.
for a company that size, Meta, props to you, man, for sending out at least an email that made me feel better. Like somebody did check it, whether they did or a computer did. So they gave us our Instagram back. Everything is up and running. Everything works. And man,
So here's the good side of it too, is so that created some mass panic for you and I to lose
yep.
our Instagram. So we instantly went into the mode of, okay, we can't do anything about it. What are we going to do? And we immediately went, well, let's rethink about how we would relaunch Instagram and how do we do it where it makes even more sense,
Mm-hmm.
right? When I say more sense, those of you that have been following us for a while, that we're the chopstick guys. Our company is Panoptic Chopsticks, and you might have heard the story of how we came up with that name. But if you didn't know that story behind our name, you might go, I don't understand. I thought this is photography. Or you're going to say, I'm not interested because I'm looking for photography, not
It's might be
chopsticks.
confusing, right?
And it gets very confusing. So it's been a great thing for us to be known as the chopstick guys because it's easy to remember in the photo setting. But to get somebody into understanding who we are, it's a little more difficult. So
Yeah,
we
well,
thought, well,
also agree.
let's relaunch thinking differently this time. How do we make it easy for people to know what we do? And what we do is we provide the best workshops anywhere in the country, photography workshops, both educational experiences, classroom, on site, and sometimes we just put on photo shoots, and sometimes we do photo walks. But that's kind of that encapsulation of the main part of what we do, what people see.
Hmm.
And then the behind the scenes stuff is we're doing what headshots, and we're doing corporate work, and we're doing weddings and senior portraits and school portraits and sports teams and all of that stuff that photographers do. But as far as the photography side, our public persona, we want to make it easier. And so losing our Instagram made us go, we need to start rethinking, which I
I
think
think,
leads us into you might see some changes to the chopstick guys
yep,
in
yep.
the next month.
We will still be the chopstick guys. That's who we are, right?
Yep.
That's who our whole everything was built on the chopstick guys, right?
Yes.
The name Panoptic Chopsticks will be changing,
Yes.
right? So,
Panoptic won't, but we're going to be dropping the chopsticks and adding photography just to make it easier for new people to understand what we do.
yep. So basically the new official name of our company, right, is going to be Panoptic Photography. Now, we're going to have on our Facebook and that kind of stuff we'll have workshop pages and different things, but that will be kind of a good catch-all so people understand that we're photographers and not guys that just eat sushi and Chinese food with
Yes.
chopsticks, right? We don't have a food channel, and that's what a lot of people come to us thinking that this is going to be something about food, which sometimes it is a little bit about food. We both love that stuff, but just bringing it back to the photo world so we can easily be identified as photography, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that will be easier. So be on the lookout. This channel that you're currently watching this on will be changing the name, right? Instead of Panoptic Chopsticks, it will be, Panoptic Photography. So just don't think, oh, they've left it all behind or, trying to find us. So I think we'll be able to easily just do the name change. If you're already subscribed to this channel, you'll be able to see us just like you've seen us before. But uh, don't be freaked out if things change. We are still who we are. We'll still be the chopstick guys. We're two guys that there's only one thing that we love more than eating food with chopsticks, and that is photography. But we want to make sure that people know the photography side of it and easily identifiable. So I
Yep.
think that will help. But yeah, just wanted to tell you about our ruined feeling with Instagram. And luckily, everything is back.
Yeah.
That page will also be changing names as well. So we're going to do kind of a whole rebranding. We'll have a brand new website coming out beginning of the
Yeah,
year.
so
So,
those of you that have been following us, if for some reason you get this new invitation that you're going, I already follow them.
mhm.
We're looking, like you said, a new Facebook group. I
Yep,
think we locked it in as private. We're looking at doing a public group now, and so you're going to be invited, and it will be from us. Just look for our ugly mugs, and you'll know that you're getting it from the right guys.
for sure,
So
for sure. Hey, and before we go, um, we've got something coming up, and a lot of you
oh yeah,
guys hear about us talk about it all the time, but this has not been released out to the public. We have not pushed it out yet. So this is kind of a live introduction
yeah,
for you guys that are watching this. You are the lucky few.
we've had a soft opening, right? Is that
Yeah,
what
that's called a soft
they?
opening, right? So if you are wondering what to get your photographer friends, family, photographer family, or yourself for Christmas, we have our Las Vegas photo experience coming up in March.
Yeah,
It's the 19th through the 21st. It's 3 days of bucket list photography. We do this. This is our seventh year of doing it. It is the event of the year. It
yep,
is unbelievable what happens. Happens in conjunction with the timing of WPPI, the one of the biggest photo exposition conferences out there. Great conference. If you're into photography, you should be at WPPI.
yep.
But we do this at the back end of WPPI. So if you're coming for that come on out. But it's 4 days, or excuse me, 3 days of bucket list photography. So we start out with photo walks on that Wednesday. The Thursday, it's Nelson Ghost Town, like it's a Disneyland for photographers. Joshua Tree Highway on
which
Thursday.
is so fun. Oh my.
That's
And last year, man, like each year we're getting like crazy weather when we go to Joshua Tree. That's really cool.
Yep.
That's made for great images.
Oh, it's last year was spectacular.
Yeah.
And then the Friday is kind of our Super Bowl of the year, right? And that's the Valley of Fire Portrait Workshop. And if
it gets better every year, believe it or not. Like it's so good each year, but each year gets better.
Yes.
So
if you've been before, you know. If you haven't been, you need to know. Like it is my favorite place in the world to shoot. The pictures there are always amazing. Just great.
Yeah. And it's not a place that you want to go try and shoot with a model without a permit, because it's about a $1,200 fine if you get caught and they're out there looking for you. So we're all permitted.
Fully permitted.
You know, and if you're thinking of going, and just know that the permit process is not what you think it is. Right? That's what we've learned over the years. People don't understand that you and I, we have to go out and meet the ranger like 2 days before our workshop, and we have to go over with them because they okay all the spots.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the spots that people like that want to shoot at, you can't shoot at. It's not open to doing workshops. And again, you'll be fined, you'll be kicked out. But we have to go through that whole process, and it's money to save the date, money to over this. We've got to send in all kinds of insurance information. Last year we sat down in there and there was like 6 people that were on their board, and we're like, all those people, they're like, no, those are all people that said they wanted to come and get a permit, but none of those 6 people have done any of the things we've asked them to do.
There's no time to do it at that point. So
and they were like, these people, they're late. We're just have these up here so we can look out for them, because they'll be in trouble when we catch them.
So we are fully permitted. We are the only group that's allowed to be permitted that day. They only do 1 photo permit for groups our size that day. And we have that permit for the 21st of March. So all that to say, go onto our website, panopticchopsticks.com.
Yep.
The old name, but panopticchopsticks.com. There's a picture of a camera when you slide down that site that kind of is a rotating slideshow to show you the upcoming workshops. Valley Fire, or the Las Vegas Photo Experience, including Valley Fire, is on that. Click on that. We have early bird pricing out.
Yeah, take advantage of that.
Advantage of this. This thing sold out super early last year, and you're thinking, well, it's still March. Long way to go.
Yeah, because soon we're going to launch it to the WPPI people, and that's when it filled up last year.
It fills out.
People from all over, actually all over the world. We had them from Belgium, Mexico, from
all over,
the East Coast, and
so I can't wait. I get very excited when I think about this. So grab a spot if you want it. Fill your stocking with a nice email ticket from us, and we'd love to see you there. So, and
don't let the price fool you either. Like, we keep hearing this from people that they come to our stuff and they're like, I can't believe it was that cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And we're thinking, we're trying to keep it to a budget. We're trying to think, if we were able to attend, how would we make it so that we could actually afford to attend? And people are just like, this is too much value. You're giving us too much,
we've seen stuff go on and this is no joke, 3 and 4 times as much as we're charging. So
exactly
for 3 days,
and we're not skimping on anything. Like our models are top notch. They're
A-list
the
models.
A-listers that come to this. So be ready this year, and we're already starting to build that model team up, and it's looking really good for this year. So you need to hurry and get in on that early bird.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, great Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. We love that you're part of our group and watching us on this channel. We can't thank you enough for you guys, all the views that you give us. If you don't subscribe to our channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like this video. It helps us a lot. And we look forward to an incredible 2025. And I think it's going to be a fantastic year for us photographers. So if you are in this photographer genre, I think you're going to have a great year too. So let's go out and make it a great year. Merry Christmas. And we will talk to you soon.
Right. Merry Christmas. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
You know what they really need to know, though, before Christmas?
What's that?
They need to, don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy. Exactly.
Get out there and do something.
Do something, everybody.